French people, so we started in French. How bad? So this is a learning Three.js, let's say, online meeting, and we're gonna interview jocly game. They are doing very nice game using Three.js, and I asked them to come to talk about it. So there is Jérôme and Michel, and Jérôme, and I'm called Jérôme as well. So Jérôme gonna be called JC during this interview. Talk to us.
Hey, good morning, everyone. We're going to talk about 3D technologies and Three.js and how we use it on our platform, on Gap platform. Yeah.
We're gonna tell you, we have nice things to show, so we hope you enjoy
Let's get started. Show us something.
Okay, so let's talk about jocly.
All right.
That's a project we started 3 years and a half ago, with that idea in mind to have a system where we can produce many high-quality board game software with as little work as possible. And of course,
how many games do you have? Yeah,
how
I'm
many
going to ask question around.
Currently, we have, let me check, 113 games.
That's quite a lot.
Running, and we have probably 10 or 20 which are not released yet, but
okay, so it's more to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the idea was that, well, if you want to write a chess program from scratch, start from zero to something good that plays chess, it will be a lot of work. But if another you does the same thing with checkers, checkers is growth, well, you realize that the difference, if you make the difference in the code, the difference will be small.
Okay.
Because
so the whole architecture around is already done for us. You did the work for that.
Yeah, actually, yes. Okay. We did a framework where basically we just code the rules of the game.
Okay.
We code whatever is specific in displaying the pieces for a particular game. And then we press a button, and we have a fully fledged application.
Excellent.
Playing the game with an artificial intelligence connection between users, and so on, and a lot of features with minimum work. And a loop, which is fine. Talking about features, we have for all the games an artificial intelligence, which means that you can play any of those games directly against the computer. And it's really not playing against a server. It's really the artificial intelligence, the algorithm are running really on your device.
Excellent. So, can you show us one of them?
Yeah, I'm going to show you.
Get such an artificial intelligence.
Let me show that. That's our website.
Excellent.
jocly.com. Let me just say a few other things about the features. We support remote playing.
Okay.
So that you can play against someone.
Okay.
There are actually two ways to see the remote playing. Both players are on the platform at the same time. So when you see the board and when you play your
why not make a demo with JC?
We're gonna do that. But it also works. Remotely. Say you make a game over days. You say you give 3 days to play every move.
Yeah, excellent. So you can play with someone.
You have all the notification system to actually know and play your move when it's your turn to do the things.
Okay.
Of course, you can save, you can replay, so you can.
We want to see something, Michel. Show us something.
I'm gonna do that. Let's start with looking at a few games we have. We talked about chess. That's the.
Oh yeah, sorry. As we're gonna do, sorry, just to interrupt you, Michel, I have to do something. Is we're gonna see 3D on the video, and it looks like it's super crappy because it's gonna be slow. But that's slow only in the video. When you actually play the game, everything is wonderful and very fluid. You can check it out. Don't be worried about frame rate right now.
Yeah.
I
Go on,
can
Michel,
agree with
sorry.
that. Please come on jocly.com
Okay.
and see by yourself how fluid it is.
It's all available on jocly.com. You
And
can
you
see
just
the
need
URL on screen.
WebGL. It's important to say you need WebGL, so you need to have a browser that is like
Yeah.
Chrome or Firefox to have and of course a
Yeah, but
computer
they
with
all
WebGL.
support it now.
Sorry.
Even IE got it, and it's even on mobile.
Yeah, you won't have you won't have the 3D on mobile.
Ah,
Well, you can try. I mean, the code is able, but in general, it's not that efficient. So by default, it's off.
okay, cool. Okay, so show us the desktop version for now. So we have a chess game.
Okay, so we have a chess game. Well, that represents the page for the chess game itself, so you can play directly against the computer. That's what we're gonna do. Create your own table for anyone to join, or join a table that someone else did. You can invite someone directly from his email address or his account. You can see the rules of the games.
Yeah, so you got a whole social network around your framework as well.
Yeah. It's basic social network, but that's a social network indeed.
Oh, it's cool.
So let's start playing against the computer.
I like the small loading at the draft board. Just saying.
Okay, so that's really 3D, but of course the good thing is that you can manipulate the board.
Okay.
And see it from different angles, which is a good thing when you play for many games. It's good to see the board from another side.
Yeah.
You can of course zoom in and out the game. You can move the board directly on the screen.
Okay.
And of course, you play your move by just clicking. Well, it's very natural. Actually, you click the piece you want to move and click where it has to go.
Yeah, point on drag.
Yeah. Or you can drag directly the piece, like I just did. And actually, there you start your game, and we have 113 games of that kind. Let me show you one.
That's impressive.
It's a very popular game that's Drove is checkers in.
Okay.
These guys. Well, it's the same kind of thing. Maybe I don't know if you hear the sound.
Yeah.
Well, we hear the mouse mainly.
Oh, okay. Well, if you come to the side directly, you will hear the sound is very accurate because you really hear the piece moving and going on the wood. All the movement when we have to.
You are playing against artificial intelligence, you say?
Yeah. But well, in that case, I never won. I never won at Drove. Actually, there are. You can set up the level.
Maybe you can. I don't know. Screw the game. Something like if Michel then winning.
I wouldn't do that. But well, actually, I'm in fast mode. But you can really tune the mode. If you are a good player, then you play in expert mode, and you can tune all those things. When we jump, it's something to see. You see, we do a parabolic movement, which gives more reality to the.
Repeat the name of the movement.
It's a parabolic movement. Look closely.
Okay.
Up. I mean, it's natural.
The animation is lost inside the streaming video streaming.
Okay, sorry. So you have to come to the site and see that by yourself.
Okay, that's good enough.
One of the good things we did with Jocly is that we unburied very old games like this one. Courier chess, that was the kind of game that game was played in the Middle Age in Germany.
So that's the historical part of Jocly.
That's very important, the historical part in what we do. because
Okay.
on many games we have stories to tell about the
All right.
game and how it was created. In this game, the rules, well, you learn the rules. We have the full rules available on the site.
Okay.
And the funny thing, you look at the pieces are very special.
Okay.
And actually, we modeled in 3D those pieces
Mm-hmm.
from a painting from the 16th century from a Dutch painter. Let me show you. Let me show you the original painting.
From the 16th century? Are you kidding?
No, no,
You
no,
went
that's
there,
really.
you did a zoom and everything. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, actually. And you see all the pieces have been modeled from this painting.
Okay. How
Uh,
do you know the rule? I
the
mean,
rules, there are historians that have worked on that.
okay. Okay. So you
And
haven't drawn the pieces, I guess. Okay.
sometimes we are not very sure about the actual rules, but in that case, it was recorded really on a book, and we know exactly the rules.
Okay. Cool.
Maybe
What
you can say, maybe you can say that one of the idea of jocly was also to be able to discuss those rules for old games or even for new games. The opportunity in jocly is you can, we'll see that later, that you can change the rules, you can try different solutions, and there are many things you can do about the games and about discussions about the games, old or new ones.
Okay. Excellent.
Let me show you another one.
Wait. Yeah.
We
Excellent.
have plenty of time, huh, Jerome, okay?
Repeat that.
We have plenty of time.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
we
going
have
to
1
show
hour.
you other things. That one, that's another.
That's not too big. If we go bigger, we go bigger.
You'll split the video in several parts. No problem.
That's a trick.
Okay.
So, show us Byzantine game.
Byzantine chess.
One time, I bet.
Actually, look, it's played on a circular board.
Okay.
You can think it's something crazy that has just been invented. Absolutely not. It was the way chess were played in Byzance in the 10th century.
Okay.
They used to play on a circular board, and of course, they found archaeologists found those boards. And if
I guess
you look
the
closer,
dynamic has to be different. Okay. Sure. No, sorry, it's for interrupting. So you got.
if we go closer,
Yeah.
you can see the pieces here.
Mm-hmm.
They have been modeled after the oldest chess piece set that has been found. It was found in a tomb in Iran,
Okay.
and it's from the 12th century.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, we modeled those pieces from the originals, and we put that on the board here with the Byzantine chess rules.
Oh, I have a question on your workflow, guys. Which software do you use for modeling? For example, in this case,
That's
which
Blender. That's Blender. The specialist is JC.
Okay.
Well, he will make a demo of manipulating the blenders and the pieces.
Okay. And I think we lost JC or JC. I don't know sure how we call him.
Oh, that's
Oh, we may have connection problem. And if you listen to us, JC, we want you back. Okay. So
let me continue.
yeah, exactly. So there's. I'm looking at your game. There is one with a little rabbit. Seems strange.
Yeah, I can show you a little rabbit.
I guess this one is pretty hard to play in reality, right? Okay. So
okay, that one. Imagine a regular chess game, but the side on the left and the right are joined together.
Okay.
Then actually you have a cylinder.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you keep the rules, the normal rules of chess, but apply a cylinder, it makes something like that. That's called cylinder chess. And of course you can.
And we have JC back.
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Welcome back.
Okay, and the nice thing is that because we are doing 3D software, we do something that you cannot do in real life. Just try to manufacture that kind of thing, you just cannot.
Mm-hmm. What else, for example, can you play, when I play like that, can I chat with my opponent or can I do stuff like that?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Not against the computer, of course, but after we will make a demo with a live playing, and we will chat together. Another game that is interesting to see, and
this
we like.
one is not easy to pronounce.
No, don't try to pronounce it. It's unpronounceable, but it's actually playable.
Okay, excellent.
That's the most important.
Okay.
We like the polishing of that one, the PC.
Yeah,
It's
like I don't know, ivory. Like
yeah,
that,
absolutely.
I don't know. Yes. Excellent.
There are a set of old Viking games, actually from all the north of Europe in the Middle Age, early Middle Age.
Okay.
We found variants of this game, so we implemented, I don't know, 6, 7, or 8 variants.
Okay.
Were played in Scandinavia, in Ireland, in Wales.
Mm-hmm.
A very, very nice game, very interesting to play.
Fantastic. So you got really something like the history of each game. I mean, that's really, you seem passionate about this kind of game, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's part of the fun.
Okay.
We had a lot of fun developing the whole thing, clearly. Well, digging into what the game is, why this game is there is also very interesting. So we try to put some description in and put links for people to learn further about the game we have implemented.
That's cool. It's excellent.
And we have. Let me show you the game. So it's not an old game. That's the game actually which is the reason why. Which is the
game. Okay, tell us about this one.
That's rugby. That's the game why we started Jocly in the first place.
Okay.
It's a game of rugby.
Okay.
Well, it's very abstract rugby.
Okay.
Very simple rules. You learn the rules in 2 minutes. Each game lasts 5 minutes, and it's very deep, very interesting game. You should try it.
Okay.
And as you can see here, we have when you move something, it's all animated.
Okay.
So please, if you listen to this video, go and try it.
This is Scrum.
That's called Scrum.
Okay.
That one has been invented by an Australian researcher. It's a variation of Go. You know the game of Go.
Yeah.
But with some 3D in it. I mean, in the rules, not only in the interface.
Okay.
For instance, here we have 4 balls, and then it frees up a position on top of them.
Okay.
So basically, you can build a pyramid.
Okay.
From there, and basically it follows the rules of Go.
Okay. So this one is as well impossible to play in reality, I guess.
No, that one exists.
In reality? But how come
it's not in the space. There is a board for the bottom balls.
Okay. Okay. So we have seen many demos. But now, maybe talk to us about the technology behind. Maybe.
I want to show one more.
Okay.
Pirates.
One last on the road.
Pirates chess.
Okay.
And then I stop. Promise.
Yeah, you can come back later.
I think it was the first one we had someone who asked us to make this game. It's a new game, and someone is promoting this game for years, and it was a great opportunity to have it online with our framework.
Okay. So this guy want to do it in real life. He want an actual cardboard.
Yes. Yes, yes, absolutely.
So that's an opportunity for the kind of people who want to build cardboards. They don't need to go through the whole process of doing it
Absolutely.
physically. They can do
And
it
you can
virtually with you guys.
you can have both. In this case, he made the pieces in wood, and he's selling the games in real world. But it's an opportunity for him to have it also online, of course, for the promotion of the game.
Excellent.
Okay,
It's
just
good.
the guy who the author.
There's a kind of look with the hexagon or the actual pirate stuff on top. It's interesting. Cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I interrupt you, Michel. Go on.
No, I was saying the guy, the author of this game, he spent 30 years polishing the rules of the game. 30.
Okay.
0.
I hope he doesn't play alone for 30 years.
No.
Yeah,
There is community. There is a community. There is even a world championship.
Okay. So the natural is already quite successful with the game.
Yeah.
Popular already.
Yeah. And actually, the implementation of jocly, of course, helped developing the community because people do not have to be just together at the same place to play.
Yeah, that's a lot easier. And you got the asynchronous way to play, something probably not a good way to say it. It's something I can play one move per day, so we don't have to sit and play for 4 hours.
And we will see that he can take this game and embed it in his own site and make a site dedicated to this game, Yohoho, using our technology.
So your framework is able to be embedded inside other sites.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. We'll talk about that. Yeah.
Okay.
Possible.
We're going to see technical point. Yes.
So what's the next point? Do we have a next point?
Well, I think we're here to talk about 3D.
Okay. Yes.
Jocly and 3D. Just keep in mind that when we started the project, we just did not have 3D in mind. We wanted just to do games, and what we planned to do was just having a 2D regular HTML user interface.
So technology which is less on the edge.
Yeah, absolutely, regular. And then we discovered through Three.js, we discovered WebGL, and we understood that it was not that hard, finally, to just programming in JavaScript, do some smart 3D things on the screen in the browser.
Yeah.
And actually, when we understood that, we say, okay, we have to put that technology into our project. So that's what we did, and actually it brings a lot to the platform, having all this. But of course, the challenge there is that we have 3D for most games, but we have 2D interfaces for all the games.
Okay.
So you can switch the interface. And what we did not want to do is develop something for 2D and something for 3D separately. So we
work for the people who are coding new games.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So we wrote some kind of abstraction layer interface, an API, an internal API, where we manipulate the items as being items, whether they are displayed in 2D and 3D. So when you say, I do something when we click on that piece, you don't care if it's 2D, 3D, or whatever. You just specify the piece. Same thing if you want to move it or that kind of thing. So it's really quick to develop at the same time the 2D and the 3D.
Okay.
Probably JC now could show us how to manipulate the tools to create the
show us.
Blender.
Yes, let's go in the 3D. So I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show you how we do that. Can you see my screen now?
Yes. Someone shares Wikipedia of some sort.
Yeah, it's page of our wiki. So we made a post about how we do this. It was about chess, so we're gonna follow a bit this, and we'll give you the link of this post because I think almost everything is in it. So maybe we can have a word about the process first. very quick word. And
Can you speak a little bit slower because your voice is shunked by the stream?
okay, so
Cool.
we'll talk first about the workflow.
Okay.
So the idea is to use Blender. We are using Blender for the modeling of the pieces.
Okay.
Then we use an exporter which is available in Three.js. So we export a
directly the Blender plugin, or you use
Yes.
Yes.
I will show you. I will do the demo. So we export a GS file,
Okay.
which includes the all the vertices, the UVs, and everything which is needed.
Yeah.
And then inside our code, we load this file and we load some textures, and I'm going to show you how we do these textures and these objects.
Okay.
So the important thing is that we are in WebGL, but we need to have a very we can't have very big pieces. We can't have billions of faces. We want to have something light.
Yeah.
And so at the beginning we made something which was not really good. It's what we did here. It's very low poly meshes, which were not very nice. And we were using a smoothing modifier which was provided by Three.js.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it disappeared from Three.js a few versions ago. So we had to change.
Moonroll subdivisor.
Yes, there was in Three.js. So we had the lower poly mesh, and in the code we were calling a smoothing modifier.
Okay.
Modifier, sorry.
Okay.
So the result was like this, but it was quite heavy, and we don't have the modifier now.
Okay.
So we had to change, and we did a better way, which is now to use the normal map method. The idea is to in the 3D software to build a very high definition piece, to have something the most beautiful as possible, and to make above it, to make a low polygon model, which has approximately the same shape, and we're going to project all the details of the high definition model on the low modification model and use it as textures. Textures for the color, for the diffuse, what we call the diffuse channel. And we use two channels, the diffuse channel, which is mainly the color and what we call the normal map. It gives the information about the normals on every point.
What you are saying is Blender is able to generate this normal map like that?
Absolutely, and I'm going to show you how to do that very quickly.
Excellent. I'm learning.
So that's what. So this is just screenshots for the post, but I'm going to show you it in live. For this, I'm going to use the file, our file.
This post going to be online?
This post is online, yes, already online. It's already
so
online.
We're going to provide the link after that.
Yeah.
To me.
That's true. So do you see my screen, my Blender screen?
We do.
So here we are in Blender.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see that, but at the bottom of Blender, I've got an area where I can choose layers. And it's organized.
Very small, but yes, there is a bunch of icons there. Okay.
Yes, and I select the current layer. I can select many layers. Well, I've got a bunch of layers with the high definition pieces, like this one. You can see the
very high definition. Yeah.
Very high definition. That you can see.
Yeah.
And just above each layer, I've got another layer with the low definition piece. And if I select both layers, I can see, the high definition. Okay, and I've got the high definition and the low definition.
Okay.
I've got the same for every pieces, of course, but we're gonna stay maybe on this beautiful night of the Stanton. We tried to reproduce the Stanton chess set, which is the most well-known chess set. And what I'm gonna do is to use what is called baking texture. It's gonna compute the textures, and it's gonna in some way project the details from the high level to the low level structures. So if I select my low level texture, I can see all the UVs, which is very important because it will be used to compute those details. Okay?
Yes.
So for this manipulation, I have to select first every part of the high definition And in the end, at the last selected item must be the low definition poly mesh. And then I can use a tool. I don't see if you can see that. It's on the right, on the bottom right. It's called bake. It's baking texture, and I can choose what channel I want to render.
Cannot read though, but we see that you are doing stuff.
Okay, so here I'm going to ask Blender to compute the normals, and that's what I'm going to compute right now. So I say bake, and you see that he made it.
Quite fast as well. So
you see, and it made it, of course, according to the UV's projection. So once this is done, I've got the image. I can save this image, and this is my map for the normal object.
What resolution do you use for the normal map?
For this now we are using 512, I think. Yes, 512. And so I did that for the normals, and I do that. I can do that also for the. I take a full render.
Okay.
So I have to not forget that I must select. I have a layer with the lights because I have I really need to have the same lights for every pieces, some kind of general light, because in the end I will have some shadows made by those lights, but in the end I will have the lights of the environment in the 3D scene in jocly. I want something well diffused. So if I bake again, now I've got the diffuse, as you can see, and in this one I've got all the details. Okay.
Good.
So I save these images, and the important thing, the important thing now to do is to export the structure, the mesh, which will be the real piece used in the game. So I select this low poly piece, and I have a plugin, I have an add-on, which is export, and I've got a Three.js export with some parameters. I'll export this with the UVs, and I give it a name, and in the end, that's what I get. I'm going to show you. I took it for instance, for the pawn. I've got a GS file, which is the piece, the structure of the piece which has been exported. It's the vertices, the faces, and the UVs. Okay.
Okay.
And I've got two maps. I've got my diffuse map and my normal maps that we computed just a few minutes ago. And we've done this for all the pieces, of course, and that's what you can see in our wiki, for instance, here. You can see we have put a lot of resources in our wiki. For instance, here we've got the Stanton pieces, and you can see the structure. Sorry, we have a directory for each piece.
Those pieces, can we use them? Why do you document those models?
Yes, it's available. It's on the wiki. You can have those resources. You can use it. You can change the color. You can change the map. You can. This is in the archives we have shared on the wiki. We have many sets of pieces, and you know, for instance, we have the jocly, which are very different. We have 2D and 3D resources. We try to share a lot so that you can modify them and change the games and try to do other things. So that was for the static. So everything is available on the post and on the wiki.
Okay.
We will provide the links, of course. Maybe you want to say a word about the code, how we use it in the code.
Michel, I believe, is talking to you.
No, I am talking to you. No. Well, let's just have a quick look at what we see in our code. It's some real Three.js here. Okay. So you can see at the bottom, we create a mesh with a geometry and a piece and a material. The geometry is the JS file we just exported from Blender. Okay. And the material is built. Well, we make a few processes on these textures. For instance, for the black pieces, of course, we do something, but we load this diffuse channel, and we made some modifications to make it black. But and there is a little trick here. You have to know to use the normal map. It's about It's on the uniforms. You have to assign. There is some code to know, but it's really the Three.js stuff.
Yeah, because I'm looking at this shader variable, but I don't see where you are using this shader variable. var
Well,
shader is
at the
equal
beginning, we load the textures. We paint a little bit on these textures. We use the uniforms here, and we use it on the piece mat, the new mesh font
but
material.
you see, like the shader on all these uniform are not used. Just saying. Sorry, the
The piece
coder
mat.
in me took off.
You mean the material? You mean?
The shader. The shader is not used. The variable. Local.
The variable, no, but we use the uniforms. Yes, we use the uniform
Well,
t-normal value. Maybe it's shader, yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, it's not the most important. With the method
That's a feature. That's a feature. That's not a bug.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent. We have seen some code. We have seen the model are available are already available. You say.
Yeah. Maybe I can show you something which is very says a lot about this normal map. With this normal map technique, is that it produces volumes that doesn't exist actually. For instance, if you can see, it's the most obvious thing is on the bishop. The bishop.
Bishop even? Okay.
If you take the bishop on my source file, I'll show you. I just have to find it. Okay, here it is. So here it's the high resolution bishop. You know there's a hole here, the bishop.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you look at the low resolution bishop, there is no hole in it actually. No. And it's only the map, the normal maps, that give the sensation.
Yeah, I don't. No, come on, that's not possible, man.
I tell you, I'm going to show you. I'm going to prove that to you. If you look at this.
Okay, and if I look it from the side, I don't see through.
No. Look.
Is it bad?
And it really makes the trick. You know, there is no.
Yeah, it's perfectly the trick. I did not notice.
And a lot of details are fake actually. And it works very well, so we have a very, very low resolution polygons with very high details. Well, that's why that's what we try to do as well as possible.
That's cool. I'm thinking, I don't know, I can reduce those pieces to have a swarm of chess pieces floating around.
Yeah. So maybe I can show you just one little other thing. Is that for this game. It's what we call static pieces. We have pieces, some kind of wood pieces, and that's all. But as Michel showed you, I can show you another game where we have characters, pieces that moves. For instance, we have here a very old game, a hand game, where we have characters. I can show you which are not static. For instance, like this. So we had to make an animation. We tried to make some animations. Okay.
Yes.
So if you're okay, I'm going to show you that in Blender. How we do that? We use another thing in Three.js, which is a morph target. So what we have to do is to start in to make the animation first in Blender. So it's quite a lot of work for non-professional makers.
We can see I don't know if it's called that, but all the line on the bottom right,
Do you see my Blender screen now?
Yeah. We do.
Can you see this guy walking?
Yes.
So we made some animation which is called bones and armature, and well, we did what we had to be done. And so this guy is walking, and what we do then, we use in Three.js, we're going to use morph targets, so we have to define some key position in a way.
Okay.
So what I do is, it's a bit like what I do in Blender. I define some keyframes.
Just sorry, I will interrupt in order to present what is morph target to people who may not know. So morph target is a way to do animation in which you have various geometry at various steps of the animation. So you have the geometry, the shape of your object. After that, 2 seconds later, you got another shape.
Yeah.
On Three.js is morphing one shape into the other during these 2 seconds. This way, the user only see a very smooth animation, and you have only to design 2 steps. All the intermediary steps are computed generically, so that's good for animation.
Exactly. Cool. So we do something like this in Blender. We define keyframes, which will lead to a good work cycle in this case.
Mhm.
And we're going to export each frame. So here I don't think you will see that, but I am on
Yeah.
frame 9, then frame 12, then frame, and every 3 frames I'm going to
Okay.
export this. And there is in the export module in Blender, there are parameters for this. And for instance, in my case, I will say frame step
So this is the part where you have to know exactly which button to click.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's the
You
issue.
have to follow the tutorials and,
Okay.
and Three.js learning stuff, of course. And but that's the way we do it. We do animation in Blender. We do everything in Blender actually, and we export, and then we load it and we use morph targets to animate the thing in our game. And that's what you see in. That's what you see. I can show you, for instance, a demo of a few morphing targets tests we have done. For
Okay.
instance, we've got a tiger. We've got many games
Yeah,
too.
yeah. I really, this is from Rome, no? There is similar stuff from the maybe not now.
No,
Have
this
you
is
seen
this
the
is
animal
this is
from Rome?
this is
The demo.
this is this is from us.
Ah, okay. Sorry. All
Very
right.
well,
That's
great. I can show. I can prove that to you in a
no,
second.
no. Oh, no, I trust you. Don't worry.
No,
This is
of course. This is just because I think it was nice. I just wanted to show you a last thing for the tiger. Yeah.
okay.
Well,
So the texture is
the,
very
te
scary. Okay.
the tiger will come soon in a Hunt game, and that's
Okay.
one of the games that will come soon.
Excellent.
Okay, that's how we use Blender. It was. I hope it was that it was approximately clear, but
Yeah,
you'll tell me.
we're gonna do with it. Excellent.
Did I forget
Well,
something?
just to summarize, so you showed us how to export the animation, which you just showed us, and another technique which is interesting that I wasn't aware about is how to generate low poly from high poly, all that automatically through Blender.
Yeah, this is called retopology, and this is very used in
Retopology. We can do that.
retopology. Yeah. And it's very used in 3D games for high details in low poly.
Yeah, what I like is the fact that it's automatic, right? I guess with as many games as you have, I mean, you don't want
Well,
to.
it's not really automatic. It's quite well. There are many techniques and tools that you can have, but building a good. I'm not a professional in 3D. I made my best, but I will not pretend that is the best retopology you can ever see.
No.
But search on the and that's what.
It's the best of the world.
But
That's exactly
really,
like that.
the word to search the internet for is really retopology.
Retopology. All right, we're gonna search for it.
Yeah.
And we're gonna look at your blog, which seems already.
In the blog, there are links for very good article posts on this subject. I think it's.
Okay.
You can read this right here. It's a very interesting post about it. It's very
We will go.
very detailed.
Yeah. That's for later.
Maybe I can stop here. I've been a bit long.
Yeah. So we have seen that, how to generate. So that's good. We have seen some techniques. What else do you have to show to us?
Oh yeah, there is something we absolutely need to show you. That's a really fun feature. We have problem. That's a feature we actually, since we can play live against someone else.
Yeah. Go ahead.
A good thing would be to see your opponent while you play against him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The WebRTC stuff. I love it.
That was really not just
can
like
you share your screen. Just say. Go ahead.
Okay. Just like WebGL, that's not something we started jocly without that in mind, and we discovered in the run that that was possible using WebRTC.
Excellent.
And so we put that in place. Actually, we understood that when Mozilla and Google worked together. It was maybe 18 months ago, they produced some code to demonstrate that Chrome and Firefox were able to work in a compatible way and exchange audio and video. And so we thought, well, why not us? That would be good. So we did that, and then we realized that the video flow was not only displayable in a rectangle on the screen, but also it could be introduced in a 3D scene.
Excellent.
The result is really good. So we're going to do a demo. I'm going to first share my screen.
So just a bit of disclaimer here, we're going to have a record of a recording through WebGL, and so if things doesn't go perfect, please don't blame us.
Yeah, but well, we're optimistic.
What is the demo effect or not? Disclaimer on. Okay, so.
Do you see my screen?
On the side,
yes.
We see your screen.
Okay, let's pick a game. Well, any game would do. Let's try this one. It's Smith. It's a variant of chess, very funny.
Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is invite Jerome.
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell you a secret. Jerome's user account on Jocly is Bordy.
Bordy.
Don't repeat that to anyone.
Don't repeat that to anyone. With a super avatar.
Absolutely.
So wonderful monkey without any toothbrush.
Okay, so we're playing Smith.
Okay.
Well, let's say we give 3 days per turn.
Okay, so that's maximum time, I guess.
And the server will decide who starts.
Okay.
So I'm notified that I've got an invitation, and I just click OK, I accept.
Gilles, can you share your screen now? This way we see both screen.
Well, actually,
no, no, because I use another one.
Okay. Topology problem. Okay.
But it's the same. It's the same. It's the same.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so now I'm gonna join the game. So we will be both on the board at the same time.
Excellent.
Mm-hmm. And that's we have moved the game here. Let me show
some offset and control stuff. What's happening?
That's the perfect demo effect. It's something I've never seen.
Yeah, but you see the usefulness of my disclaimer now.
Let me close that and reopen the game.
The usual demo effect.
Yeah.
Same thing. That's very strange. Okay, I'm going to reinvite Jerome.
All right.
Sorry for that. Nice. Invite.
So Birdie, the second one. Okay.
Some things definitely
right.
Here. Okay.
The sea, a wonderful sea. Okay.
The
fact that we are recording on Hangout, so probably on the same process as the WebRTC.
Well, we have several webcams and.
I'm not sure that all that will be fully compatible.
So, Turkish drove.
Turkish drove. You got fun with Avatar, guy.
Okay, so now I can play against Jerome. I play my move. Jerome play a move. Okay. So you were talking about chatting while playing.
Okay.
Here is the way we do that.
Okay. So you have people, excellent. So you can chat with each other.
And
okay.
His reply back. But that's not all.
All right.
I can switch my camera.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully.
Ah, yeah.
You see?
All right.
Well, actually, my picture is behind me.
Well. Okay.
Okay, so I can see both, but normally, of course, I have the white, and it's there. And Jerome can also turn his camera on.
Okay, go JC. JC.
I go. You have to allow Firefox to use it. Okay.
And here we go.
Yeah.
And here we go. So
you see it another one.
Together, they're seeing each other. Excellent. Okay.
So we can really play a game, and you are in front of your opponent.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can see him on chatting and see his face
Yeah.
when he's losing. That's cool.
Okay, and we have a feature for all the games that have 3D, of course. But on the 2D, you have the image on the side.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a nice feature.
It's a wonderful feature.
And once again, that's something we discovered during the project, that it was possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you had a lot of interaction. It's no more I'm alone in front of my computer. I'm playing with someone now.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Okay.
Maybe
what else?
I don't know, you or something. There's a big border around.
Sorry?
No, I was just commenting on the border. That's cool. That's cool. All right, so we have the video, so you can play with someone. Up, it worked a second time. Excellent. Interaction. So you have that on every game.
Sorry.
You have the video feature, the fact that we can see each other during the game. You have that on every game, or
yeah, sure. All the features are available on all the games. Yeah, that's the interest of the thing. It's very generic. So all the features just have been added, and they're for all the games, of course. Yes.
We just customized the location where we display the screen.
Okay.
The screens, because the boards are different, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes in some game we have several screens, so you can see yourself in small on the other side.
Okay.
And your opponent in big. That kind of thing.
It's actually delivered as a texture you apply on a 3D object with Three.js.
How cool is the technology now?
Isn't it?
I like it. Okay. So we can chat with people, you can play the game, you can record the game, you can replay the game as well. Can you replay?
Yeah, sure. You can save, load, replay, analyze, whatever.
Every games, all the games are recorded and the chats and everything. Everything can be replayed. Mm-hmm. And it can be replayed. Here we are on the side, but I think Michel will show you that it's available from all the platforms we now have. Because here we are on the side, but we've got mobile apps, we've got Facebook apps, we've got. Maybe we can talk about it a bit later.
Okay.
But
so that's integration.
Now
so you are on mobile, on desktop. You are integrated on the big social network.
Let me show you that.
Beautiful.
Of course, jocly, we have a website.
Okay.
All the games are available directly from the website.
Okay.
And with all the features, but we also have 18. I think it's 18 applications on Android.
Okay.
Basically, we have
only two. You are only two.
And
it is quite big for two people. That's impressive.
But I think just keep in mind that what we are doing is very generic.
Okay.
So it's not more work to have 18 applications than to have one.
Okay.
You see, that's the way we design. That's the whole philosophy of jocly. You do things once, and it's generic and works for any game.
Okay.
So on Android, we have, for instance, a chess application with 46 variants. We have checkers application with maybe 10, and plenty of other things.
Okay.
We have, so that's a news I share with you, Jerome. It's a scoop, actually.
Go ahead.
Scoop on iOS. Yesterday evening, we just got approved by Apple.
Excellent.
For the first application we did.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, we have all that 20 application that we want to share, but The point was to submit one to verify that they did accept everything,
Yeah.
which they just did yesterday evening. And then in the next few days, we're going to push all our application, and it will work on iPhone, iPad, and anything else.
Yeah, so you can spread the game even further now.
Yeah.
Excellent.
We do. We work on Firefox OS also.
Okay.
We have a jocly Facebook application.
Okay.
So
That's
basically,
cool, you have all your friends there, so you can play.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
more or less you have the same interface, but then you are integrated with the Facebook API, so that you can invite your friends, your Facebook friends.
Okay.
You can share the games you have played, so that people can replay them. It's on your timeline.
Okay.
You can also share screenshot.
Okay.
Just a 3D screenshot of a picture, and you share the picture.
Okay.
That's not all. We have a Firefox add-on.
Okay.
That plays jocly. So why a Firefox add-on? Well, it integrates directly into the browser.
Okay.
You have a toolbar an icon in the toolbar, and you can of course accelerate the picking, choosing a game.
Okay.
But most importantly, you have notifications, which means that if you play against someone over days, you want to know when your opponent plays a move, of course.
Okay.
And there you can be notified. The way we do that in Android, iOS, and Firefox OS, we can also do that from desktop within the browser, within Firefox.
Okay.
We get a notification to say, "Oh, that one he has played his move. It's your turn now."
Okay. So this kind of notification, there is a good web API for that, or is specific?
No. There is no. There was no API, and there is now one.
Okay.
It's a project. It's on GitHub. Maybe I'll give you the link.
Okay.
I developed and put on open source. It's under Mozilla license, so it's pure open source. And now you have the API to do the notification from the add-on.
Okay.
But
cool.
I had to write it for this add-on.
That's the issue when you are too early, right? You have to do everything yourself.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Okay.
Well, actually, the whole add-on is open source. It's under Mozilla license.
Excellent.
And
so we are 45 minutes in the video now. What else can you show us?
There is one more thing in the platforms.
Okay.
Should be considered as a platform. Okay. It's web embedding.
Web embedding. Okay.
Yeah. The idea is that
just like that, I will summarize for people who are not used to the platform. So you have your chess game. You play that on jocly. You have all the features. But if you want to include that in your blog or in your website, or if you are, I don't know, a club or a chess club or something similar, a community interested in playing such a game, you can include the jocly game directly in your website. This way it's easier for the user. Go ahead, Michel.
Absolutely. You can integrate the whole features in any website, almost any website, and it's really if you want to implement just the playing against the computer, it's really two lines. It's really 2 lines of code in your web page.
Okay, so very easy to integrate. Maybe you have written some documentation that you can show us.
Yeah, absolutely. We will make a pass on the wiki, but everything is documented and it's usable. Let me just show you an example of integration. Examples. That one. Holdroth. Here we go. Holdroth.com. It's we can see that at chess.com for Droth. Droth is checkers.
Okay. You have a woman, an old person, and a kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have the world champion is involved there. The International Federation of Droth is there, and they use our plugin. Well, actually, we embed jocly games into other sites using
Okay.
a jQuery plugin
Okay.
called
You can
jQuery.
replay the game. Ah, yes, so they can study and get better after that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. So
Okay.
there I show. Can you see that on the screen? Animates the game.
The animates, and there is a highlight on the right. Yeah, we do see. At least.
Okay. Basically, to give you an idea, the board itself is running in an iframe
Okay.
on jocly.
Mhm.
But the jQuery plugin also handles the history, the game history.
Okay.
So you can do a lot of things and come back to any position at any time.
Okay.
You see, and it's part of the plugin, of the
Mhm.
jQuery plugin, which is also open source. It's purely, I think it's Mozilla license too.
Okay.
So not only you can do that, but you can also redefine the controls for the jocly games. The things that moves here, the play, the stop, the restart.
Mhm.
You can redesign your own user interface and put that in the hosting page.
Okay. So that's cool because this way you can have a style which match your personal web page. You don't have to feed the style of the specific jocly website.
Absolutely, that's really the thing.
Okay.
Let me show you another example. It's a guy who invented. It's a French specialist of chess. He has written several books about chess variants.
Not about web, I guess. Oh, sorry, the page is quite ugly. Just saying, he may be a super good chess player.
Yeah. Well,
Okay, go ahead.
And the guy invented a couple of variants on his own.
Okay.
His one is rollerball chess. It's very interesting, actually, game.
Okay.
Quickly to handle. Nice game. And so we did the jocly game for him and integrated that into his site.
No, excellent.
Let me show you a last example.
So in this case, as this is a person which has designed his own game. That's one step further from the jQuery plugin, right?
Well, no, yes and no. We'll talk about that later, but you can use jocly to create your own game on your page.
Oh, okay. So we don't have to ask you. We can customize that by just looking at the documentation and following instruction.
Absolutely, and we have examples and so on. I'll show you that. Just the last example is Xianqi.
Mm-hmm.
There are the guy Sinixtan is famous in the board games. He has a couple of websites that are very popular, and for a few games he integrated the jocly applets.
Excellent. It looks good.
You know that this game is the most played game in the most played chess game in the world, I think.
Yeah.
Which is obvious for us because it's the
I
chess.
guess that due to China, because I don't know the game, so it's probably
the chess from China.
China, not as much in the West world, let's say.
We've got what we call a Western skin to understand the side.
Okay. All right.
Okay. We were talking about documentation. We have a wiki that Jerome already showed you. We put on the wiki everything on 3D, whether it is 3D or about instruction for using the jQuery plugin.
That's a good point. If the audience want to contact you guys, what do? They do Twitter? They do what?
Yeah. Well,
Twitter is good. Okay.
Yeah.
Twitter, Facebook.
Okay. Email. Okay. So go on with the documentation because I guess that people are gonna try and may have questions.
I hope they will.
Let's hope. We are doing that for that. Okay. So you can make customized embed game project.
Absolutely. Let me show you one thing. It's one example that we have for the plugin demo. We have demo page with showing how to integrate easily the jocly into another website with several features. And where is it? Here. Okay. One thing I want to show you is custom resources.
Describe to us this web page. That's the jQuery plugin homepage for jocly. That's it.
Yeah. Well, that and then there is a link to the demo pages.
Okay.
Let me show you that it's a classic 5x5 Gardner chess. That's a variant of chess.
Okay.
However, look at the pieces.
Okay.
They are quite different from the regular ones.
Yeah.
Actually, the shape of those pieces and the image there are redefined from the hosting page.
Redefined from the hosting page.
Which means that the owner of the website, of the top website,
the model, and you display the model.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Injected the pieces, the 3D pieces are injected into the iframe and display in the 3D scene.
Okay. Excellent.
And
so that's one step further in the customization. You can actually change the models used inside the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can change the pieces, the board, the textures,
anything which has on the screen you can change.
Sorry?
You can change anything which is on the screen. Something like all the model, all the texture, the lighting, this kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Excellent.
You can change anything, but we go even further there. You can also change the rules of the game. Let me show you that example.
Yeah.
No, it's there.
Okay.
Here.
We're back on jocly. Yet another demonstration. Custom variant demo. Okay.
There, just as the purpose of the demonstration, we took a regular chess game.
Okay.
Except that we change one piece, which is the rook. And instead of moving the normal way a rook would move, it moves like a xiangqi, a Chinese chess cannon, which means that you see the rook at the bottom left.
Yeah. We see you have selected it.
Will jump over the white pawn here, and is able to capture the black pawn. That's the way.
I'm getting the rules change a bit when you do that. Can I hit the row of pawn like that? Something like if the white rook go on the right, what happened? Do I hit the first pawn or the last one? See my question?
The cannon. That's fine.
Come on, Sharon.
My question was about the rule of this specific game. It's just like that. Is suppose the right rook at the moment go to the right. I move to the right. It's up to white to play, so I move to the right. What happened?
Move to the right.
Yeah. So the rook, you move to the right to hit another pawn.
Yeah, I can go there.
Sorry, you go there. Okay, sorry, I was asking, sorry for that interruption. It was just a question about the rule of canon chess. Sorry, all that is very new to me.
You can read this in you go and play xiangqi, the rules are available and you will see all the moves of all the pieces.
I guess that's a part of the fun. Okay.
Don't take that example as a real chess variant. Actually, I've never played with that. I don't know if it's playable at all. The purpose was just to show how simple it was to modify some rules. And of course, you can.
In this specific case, how do you handle the artificial intelligence? Because if I can change that, I mean, the whole artificial intelligence is modified, right?
No. The nice thing with jocly, is that we have a generic artificial intelligence.
All right.
And the idea is that when we develop a game, we just code the rules. For instance, moving a piece.
Okay.
From that position, I can do that move, and it will take me to that position.
Okay.
You specify that, and then the generic artificial intelligence will work behind that, and will make sure that the computer plays with those rules and beats you.
Okay.
For experts, we actually have two algorithms for artificial intelligence: alpha, beta, that we used to have at the beginning, and now most of the games now use an algorithm called UCT. UCT, which fits better into our system.
Okay.
And
Okay.
there is
Just one thing, guys. We are now more than 1 hour in the video. So what you guys wanna do? We pack this one now and do another one just after, or
no,
pack
just
this one in
two
the
minutes,
next 10 minutes?
Jerome. Just
Yeah.
2 minutes to say
Okay.
something that is important
Go
there,
ahead. You want
and I
to say?
think
We
we'll be
listen.
done. Regarding the way to create your own and modify your own variant,
Okay.
it's important to note that the source code of all the games you have in Jocly
Okay.
are available, which means that you can look at the code and see how we did that particular feature.
So jocly is what you are telling me is the engine is open source.
No,
No.
no, I did not say that, Jerome.
Okay.
I said the source
So I
code of the
misunderstood.
game is available.
Okay. Available.
Okay. So if you want to create your game on Jocly, it's
Okay.
free. You
Okay.
have the code, you look at it, and you make your own stuff, and
Okay.
it's fine. If you take the code and put that somewhere else, no,
Okay.
that's
Cool.
not.
Okay.
And then we're
So
done.
yeah. What about my question? Because we need to answer this question. So do you want to pack these two possibilities? Either we do another video, which can be long as well, or we pack this one. Because if this is too long, people will never look at the end.
Yeah,
No, for me, I think it's okay.
it's
Okay.
okay for me too.
Or we can do another interview later. That's completely cool. So let's say 10 minutes. What do we say during those 10 minutes? We have seen that people can modify the jocly games in order to implement their own rule if they want to. They can include their modified game or the existing game inside their own website. They can control the game in itself by the jocly jQuery plugin, or even modify the aspect by changing the models. Excellent. They can look at each other through WebRTC. Man, personally, I'm amazed by the amount of work that you two guys have done. Seriously.
Thanks.
Well, pleasure. And what else can we do with this platform? What would be what user can do? Can you suggest something cool for them?
Well, there is something we can say. Maybe it's that we would love to find to build a community of developers, and you know, in those games there are people who have ideas of games. You have people who love to create 3D things. You have people who are good in designing or in coding, and there are a lot of people that just can do their game because they have just one skill or one or two skills, but not everything they need.
Okay.
And what we wanted to do. For instance, on the wiki, we wanted to make something to make possible to meet someone. For instance, I've got an idea, I've got the rules, and I've got some idea for the drawing, but I need someone in graphics to make it to make the graphics. And we would like people to meet and to build a community of people of different skills that could cooperate. The idea would be to cooperate, and that's something we would like to build and that we don't have yet. We have a lot of contacts with people who want us to make their games or people to.
So if people are interested in doing external games, they can contact you and you can share
sure.
in order to build a community. That's nice.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what the wiki is for, of course.
Okay.
People can contribute to the wiki and say.
So if everybody can add something on the wiki?
Absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Super open. Okay.
They would like to make a page with the
people part as well. Yes, you were saying, JC?
Yeah, we started a page for this and with people that could, when you're on the wiki, you have an account. You could say, well, I love to do that. I have well, that's my skills. I would like to help to make some, or I've got an idea for a game, but I'm looking for designers and coders, and that would be great to have people meeting on these technologies and these game creations.
Yeah, to create.
To create, yes. And to
so let's hope we're gonna get them motivated to do so.
Yeah.
All the link could be included below the video. This way you can follow up with Michel on JC, so Jérôme, that's official web, that's his name. And if you want to contact him. And yeah, what else? Well, I think we are done. We can do, I'm sure you can do even more games. You said how many you got in the back, which are yet to be released?
10 or 20, something.
20 games in the back. Okay. Yet more work. All right. Excellent, guys. So I will be happy to do another video next time. I don't know about those 20 more games or any subject you want to talk about.
Okay.
It was fun, guys. So
Thank
this
you,
was a game about what they do, their amazing work. So
thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.